Is it live? Oh dear. Did I make it public? Did I make it public? Uh-oh. I should have known something was wrong. Oh, you're here. Okay. Oh my God. I was so because man, there must be a delay. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. You see, when I was setting this stream, I was getting it ready. It said that once I made everything, how you do it on here to go live, it said it was set to go live May 19th at 12:30. And I'm like, May 19th? That is not, it is my birthday, but it's not May 19th. It's May 30th, bitch. So then I hit send, like to start the live, and I knew that some of my advanced manifestors were going to be here. And I'm like, there is nobody in the stream that is not like this. Oh my God, is this bloody thing trying to make me go live on May 19th? I mean, I believe in revision, but for the love of God, I'm so worried. Okay. Oh, no, you're not. Passionately, Taylor Murray. No, you're not. You are perfectly fine. And everything you're experiencing, including tomorrow, is just the unfolding of you finding out you are perfectly fine. Nothing to worry about. Got it? Nothing to worry about. You are perfectly healthy. We are not accepting a reality we don't want to be in, girl. You hear me? It's okay. You decide it's okay. It's okay that I'm bracing for impact right now in this moment. It's okay. It's okay that I feel scared. It's okay that I'm thinking too logical. I'm still my new self. I'm still 100% healthy and perfect. You give yourself that permission. You understand? You do it. You can do this. It's okay that I'm scared. It's okay that I'm bracing for impact. It's okay if I'm having emotions. It's okay if I'm terrified. It's okay if I'm so scared I really think I might have this thing. I don't care. All of those things, they can all be here, but I'm still new self. I am still new self. Got it? There's no way we're allowing that to happen. Nope. Okay? I mean it. It's okay how you feel right now. And listen, you're at the perfect place for that because, listen, you remember being in the membership. There are countless examples of HBICs having scares with that yucky word, the C word, were scares, and boom, gone. Family members diagnosed, boom, it's gone. It's gonna be okay. I mean it. Get into that thinking. Get into the thinking, please. You can do this. All right? Okay. You are still new self. You grab that. You grab that. You are still new self. You are free to have emotions, feelings, scary thoughts. You're still new self. Okay. So hello, everyone. I'm going to stay live until, SP comes home. because then it's just craziness here, chaos, because poop clearly couldn't care less that she's hanging out with me. She gets overexcited when he's home. Just saying. It's not fair. No, just kidding. But yeah, no, that is the reason why I get off as soon as he comes home. And he is, because I'm manifesting that he's going to be fine to get on a camera. He's allowed himself to get on camera a few times. But we're easing it. We're easing it. I love you, Hawkeyes. I missed the lives because of my work hours, but wanted to stop in and say hello to all the beautiful people. We love you. We love you. That's right, passionately, Taylor Marie. You are new self. Always. No judgments. No judgments on thoughts or how you're feeling. Yes, you're still new self. Yes. Thank you, Beyonce. Please don't spam the chat. And Limitless Queen Betch, I saw you put the link in. I don't care that you put the link in, but we can't put links in the chat anymore. I will have to explain to you privately why. So if you want to talk about it, tell people to scroll up. Okay? I will explain. Just not on this live stream. Just me and you. All right, let's see. I do want to just say a thank you again to all of you who have joined the newest memberships. Thank you so much. I'm quite, did I say memberships plural? The new membership. I'm very happy. I'm very excited. We did just have our own little private live stream before this. And that is something we will be doing again. I already told them all that, but I'm just saying if you are considering joining the Advanced Manifestors group, we start officially next Tuesday at 8 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. It will be recorded. If you can't make it, it will be recorded. Again, the Advanced Manifestors get access to all the membership meetings, which equals the 3 times a week. You don't need to purchase any books to be a part of this group. I will be taking care of that end of it. So if you're thinking about joining, please do. Please do. It's going to be fun. It's going to be very fun. Anyway, all right. Let me get busy. Let's see. Monica N. Thank you very much. Hi, Kim. I loved your video from yesterday. I have a question. For example, if you know the beliefs is I am not good enough, so how do you get rid of it? By saying I am good enough and that's it? I hope it makes sense. You totally make sense. All right. So essentially, yes. Essentially, you telling yourself that you are more than enough. I like more than enough. You don't have to use my words. More than enough. That's enough. It really is. So is I am new self. That's enough. Now, why is it enough? Because the belief around the phrase. That's what matters. The belief around the phrase. So the belief of, I'm going to keep using my example of the I am new self because that's what I like to do. Because we define who new self is. So therefore, it's the belief that I know when I say this phrase, that it is changing my beliefs. It is bringing in my manifestation, blah, 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 blah. It's always what we think and believe about the phrase we're using that matters, not necessarily the phrase. But if you are someone that likes to affirm, then yes, you affirming to yourself that you are more than enough. Of course, that's enough. Enough to affirm, I'm saying. And essentially, I just want to hear, just in case anybody else is listening, you don't have to affirm if you're not someone who likes to say affirmations or things like that. You can visualize, you can script, you really are always thinking in pictures anyway. So even when you're scripting, it's like an inner dialogue is still happening even when you're scripting, right? It's the focused thought. So anything you do technique-wise, as long as you believe that it is addressing the belief in question, you're golden. And yes, it's enough. Now, are there some beliefs that maybe the current version of yourself believes that it's not enough to just say, I am new self, or it's not enough to just say it one time? Well, that's why we have the beauty of repetition. So saying it more than once. But not every belief requires the repetition, just saying. But I don't mean that as in repetition's not a good thing. Repetition is our best friend. So that's not the message. That's not the takeaway I hope you're hearing from me. I'm just saying that not every belief needs it. It's really all in what you personally believe about yourself, truthfully. So yes, that is. So for anybody else listening, if you know, or you are in the awareness that you have a limited belief around what you're manifesting, the way to address it is deciding that you no longer have that limiting belief. Well, how do you just decide that? Whatever technique you enjoy doing, if you feel that just deciding isn't enough. I am someone who, it's enough. It's enough for me to decide, period. Because here's the thing. From that moment on, hopefully, you're in the awareness of, if a thought comes in that suggests that you are not more than enough, you will be in the awareness to know that that thought is no longer for you. So there's no reason to be afraid of that thought. There's no reason to think, something negative around that thought in particular, meaning you could just let it float right by because it doesn't apply to you anymore. So it's like you're expanding your awareness. When you're changing beliefs and you're shifting into different versions of yourself, you're expanding. That's the idea, is you're expanding your awareness, or we could look at it as a rising in consciousness. But yes, it's enough. Truthfully, you're always ever deciding. That you've been manifesting from deciding from who you are your whole life. You're just now in the awareness of it. So in the past, before you were aware of conscious manifestation, there was an inner dialogue happening. And when certain thoughts would come in that didn't really serve us, we listened to them. We would let them sit around a little bit. We would spiral with those thoughts, but we would think the thoughts repetitively, right? So if we didn't already have a belief, not good enough, it was the repetitive thinking and marinating in any phrase or any thought that indicated the not good enough. That's where it began. That's where it started. Most of our beliefs are from childhood. And that's not me taking a shit on whoever raised you. I'm saying everyone's conditioned. And everyone, their conditioning started in childhood. But it didn't end there. I mean, we can step into beliefs from experiencing something. So in other words, that's why I use the example like, all right, let's say from childhood you got the not good enough belief. And so that belief is at play because you're in a habit of being that version of yourself because you're not aware yet that you can be any version of yourself. And then from that belief, let's say you manifested, because the not good enough is alive in your state, you manifested SP breaking up with you and choosing someone else. Well, from that shit experience, the belief of who they are, the character of who they are, how they handle relationships, you're building a whole new belief. You have the belief of who SP is. So beliefs don't just come from childhood, they come from experiences. So you can see how one belief can then lead to another shit belief. Hence why when you're manifesting, especially a specific person, what you believe about yourself regarding love, relationships, and what you specifically believe about your specific person matters. See what I mean? So to make it easy on yourself, that's why I suggest like literally defining if you were to say, I am new self, what that would mean for you. So you know that every time you affirm that to yourself, or think that thought, or script it, or have a visualized scene of what it would imply to you as new self, that's why that's enough, right? It's your belief around the phrase. So I hope that answered that, Monica. Helen, thank you very much. Kim, oh, Helen, my beautiful bestie. I must have started reading right into that and forgetting. Kim, I manifested meeting Riley Green when I saw his show in Everett. Oh my God. I said I'm going to meet him, and we did. Ask, believe, receive, bitch. Wonderful. Congratulations. Hello, Master Manifester. Well done, Helen. Helen is the beautiful bestie, just saying. Well done. You asked, you believed, and you received, you claimed. Well done. Look at that perfect manifestation. Congratulations, beautiful. I love manifestation. I love hearing about the orchestration in manifestation. I love hearing about the unfoldings. I love it. Master Money Fester, thank you very much. How do I react in 3D with SP if he messed up? No contact. Okay, first of all, when it comes to no contact, there is no such thing as no contact. So we can eliminate that one, right? I know some of you who might be experiencing what you would label as no contact. I know when you are experiencing it, it feels like it's very real. And it does feel like you are separate from your person. I know it feels that way, but you're not in no contact because of who you are as pure, unadulterated consciousness. Just saying. So you are connected to your person, and you can be interacting with them up here as in inner conversations because of your connected consciousness. Just saying. So number one, there's that. Okay, no such thing as no contact. Also, as far as how do you interact with SP when SP was the one who was the turd? SP did something shitty. Okay, first of all, I think I have made this clear, but I'm going to make it clear for anybody new watching. From my perspective with manifestation, we are limitless beings. We are limitless and we are flawless. Everything we believe about ourselves is a sense of conditioning. Even the who you are, as in like me, Kimberly. It's a conditioned, right? It's a conditioned belief. Because who you really are is pure, unadulterated consciousness, unconditioned consciousness, okay? So I mean it when I say you cannot mess up your own manifestation. And if you think you can, you are thinking really small and really limited. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that's not necessarily, everyone doesn't have that opinion in this community. But I'm telling you, because there are multiple realities and there are infinite versions of them and infinite versions of you, you're not manifesting in a straight horizontal line, like linear time-wise. You're not. You're jumping. You're vertical. Jumping. Okay? You're hopping from reality to reality, or version of self to version of self. So because of that and a new timeline in each reality, don't get lost in the linear time. Don't apply the logic of linear time to what I'm saying. You can't mess anything up because state shifts are instant. Again, I've said this a lot, but people get that wrong because they're thinking logically. Well, Kim, you said it's instant. My state shift was instant. Where's my manifestation? You're thinking logically. You're thinking literally. You could have the same shit circumstance sitting and running right in front of your face. And from like millisecond to millisecond, you could be two different versions of yourself. depending on what you're deciding, because you're in charge of yourself. You're in charge over where you are. So how you should act in the 3D is up to you. Totally up to you. You really can't do anything to mess it up. My advice, if you're manifesting a specific person and they have hurt your feelings, you are not a doormat, and you don't have to accept behavior that you don't like. You don't have to allow someone to treat you like garbage because you're afraid to speak up, because you're manifesting. You're manifesting a change with that relationship. No, you can set boundaries if needed. Back to the reason of, because there are infinite versions of you, it is okay to have the experience of setting a boundary in your reality. And by setting a boundary, sometimes it's just calling someone out on their bullshit. I'm not saying you have to go do stuff in the 3D if you don't want to. I'm just saying that if you have done it, so fucking what? You're good. You're still going to manifest. I don't care what anybody says. When we are afraid of messing things up or saying the wrong thing, whoever is telling you that you can mess this up, they are thinking simply from one teeny tiny version of you. And you are infinite. Infinite. So you have nothing to fear. Okay? My advice and how I handle my own 3D is, if I'm going to say or do anything in the 3D, I, at minimum, check in with myself and make sure I'm making my decisions from new self. And that simply means I am deciding to be new self. And if I'm a new self, for me, that means, we'll say it's an SP thing, right? That I'm in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with my SP. That's who I am. So I can't do anything in the 3D and have there be a threat of losing that. See what I mean? We might have circumstances, right? But we're always having circumstances, good or bad. But we don't have to fear of losing the thing we love or losing the thing we're manifesting because we piped up and ran our mouth in the 3D. No, that's thinking small. I cannot say that enough. You are limitless. There are infinite you, and you can hop in and out of any version of yourself at every given moment, thought by thought. If I feel that in the moment I'm gonna get upset, so let's use like a basic bitch example. Say what you want to do is you want to text SP, but you know they hurt your feelings and you feel like they should be texting you, but you just got a feeling that you want to text SP. My answer is go ahead and do it. To get the better outcome of that text, I would make sure I am new self before I sent it. If I'm feeling desperate and needy and in fear, then I know that's not my new self state. That's not the state I want to be doing anything from. So I probably wouldn't then send the text until I was assured that I was new self, because new self is not going to care either way what response they may or may not get. That's all I'm saying. So if you think you're going to be triggered and upset by saying anything in the 3D, then that's not the time to take the what's the word, action. Okay? That's advice. That's not saying you have to follow whatever I say. That's what I would do. Now, when SPs have done something that have, hurt our feelings, you do want to look into forgiving SP. Because if we're going to hold on to every transgression, we really got to ask ourselves, what are we manifesting them for? If we're mad, hurt, and angry and hanging on to that, and then, holding on to that resentment, number one, why do we want that person? And number two, are we really understanding manifestation? Are we sure we completely understand how all this works? Because when we're holding on to things, again, this isn't about being a doormat to everybody's bullshit in 3D, but this is about understanding that as whatever version you've stepped into of yourself, your reality is reflecting your beliefs. And this in itself is why we don't blame and shame ourselves for what we've manifested. we just accept that, yeah, that was definitely a reflection of who I was being in that moment. So that's why I share, in my early days, yep, I was in a victim state. And I didn't like manifesting those solo vacations. That's what we call breakups over here. I didn't like manifesting them, but it was definitely a reflection of what state I was in at the time. I can own that. I can accept that. So if I know that, and I know SP broke up or did the breaking up, if I'm going to hang on to the resentment or fear that it's going to happen again, I'm not new self. I'm still being a victim. I'm still in the victim state. And that's not going to yield me what I want in 3D. What I want is a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. So I had to be open to letting that go and realizing he was only reflecting me. He was reflecting the state. So I'm not going to blame and shame myself. I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm going to accept that's how manifesting works. Okay, fine. It was a reflection of who I was. It makes sense that I had that experience. So if they're the ones that messed up, look into the forgiveness. And here's the thing. I think you could probably tell by my sass that I don't like putting up with anybody's bullshit either. And if someone does something to anger me, I still do run my mouth in the 3D because I do not care. Right? I don't care. From moment to moment, I don't care. Especially if that person is not someone significant enough for me to be manifesting a change, right? But I accept that it's a reflection of what I'm believing at minimum about that person. So they're only showing up reflecting my own beliefs. So when we hold on to things, especially with our specific persons, when we're holding on, as in from resentment, there's a really good chance you're going to manifest something shitty with that person again, because you're clearly not choosing the version of yourself that doesn't have the beliefs that you're resonating with, the holding on to the resentment, holding on to the hurt, the pain. And one of the reasons why I struggled with that in my early days too, because it felt unfair. It felt like it was allowing them to get away with whatever they wanted. But it's not. It's freeing you as the person manifesting. It's freeing you. So if you're wanting to manifest, let's say an apology, there's nothing wrong with wanting to hear someone take responsibility for what happened in the 3D. But if you remember how manifestation works, what are you really wanting that apology for? It's probably because you're hanging on to resentment. See what I mean? And the sooner that you step into your new self, the less you're going to want the apology. And quite frankly, because you'd be stepping into new self and SP would be reflecting that new version of self, so long as you're not holding anything negative, any negative stories with SP, you're probably going to get that apology anyway. You know what I mean? I hope that made sense. Give me one moment here. Hold on. I'm seeing if I can do anything different here. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to see. Okay, nope, I don't want that one. Damn it. I thought that I was going to be able to maybe... No. Well, we know this, that the next time I go live, we will do it from my laptop, because I will be able, we discovered today anyway, that I can limit what comes into the chat. So my moderators aren't having to work the entire time they're here. Oh. Okay. All right. Random request. Sing your favorite song. What if I don't have a favorite, yo? I like too many songs. 46 and 2, just ahead of me. How about that? That's from my favorite band. Does that count? Keisha G, member for 19 months. Thank you very much. Hey, Lil Sis, I'm using a custom subliminal I had made that SP is obsessed with me. Can't wait to update on Tuesday how he's conformed. I'll also have money, job, and many more manifestations to share. 3D, catch up, Ulysses. I love you. I love you, Keisha. Yeah, you'll have to keep us updated how your subliminal is working. I think that you deciding now or believing now that it's going to work effortlessly and beautifully and super fast means it will have to reflect and be that, right? Any technique that you use, if you have the belief around it that it's helping you to manifest, even though secretly we know the truth, nothing outside of you is doing anything. You're doing it all with your mind. But I see no harm in seeing like, oh, you know, I'm just making shit up. I'm saying my affirmations. What's the thing? What was that popular thing that I think it was the 10,000? I'm saying my 10,000 affirmations. If you believe that's gonna help you manifest, it will. It's a sweet little placebo. That's all. But I have no doubt, Keisha, that you're gonna have plenty of success stories. You always have zhuzhes and successes and tips. So I won't be surprised if you have stuff to share. Lauren, thank you very much. Advice to let go and forgive old version of SP and accept new reality. I guess advice to let go of fears that hold us back. Thoughts have been scary. Okay. I think that my last answer kind of touches on that, but we can talk about it. So I can't. Why am I talking like this today? Sorry, tripping over my words. I know I have a piece of gum in my mouth that I refuse to give up. I'm aware of that. So first of all, the fears, okay, the fearful thoughts. You need to remember that you don't have to be afraid of your thoughts. You don't have to be afraid of your thoughts. I know that catchphrase that we all used to use in the early days of this community, that your thoughts create, is a phrase that I myself have tried to stop using because that sounds very limiting. And it does make you afraid of what thoughts come in your mind because you're afraid they're going to manifest because you thought it. And it's not that. It's your state that manifests. Your state, which is holding all of your beliefs. It's not your every individual thought that manifests. So when fearful thoughts come in, even if they come in more than once, that's a great time for you to remind yourself that thoughts are nothing but opportunities to other versions of yourself or other realities. That's how we choose what version of self we're in. A really good TV show that kind of steps into that thinking is Black Matter or Dark Matter. Is it Black Matter or Dark Matter? I forgot. Oh, come on. Anybody watch Apple TV? Is it Dark Matter or Black Matter? Does anybody know? I don't remember. I think it's dark. Thank you. AAM 9698. Dark Matter. Dark Matter. Essentially, I think somebody who believes in manifestation wrote that show. I'm just saying. But your thoughts are, what you're focused on, what you're believing. That is how you're choosing which reality you're going to or which version of yourself you're hopping into. And remember, you don't control the thoughts that just pop into your mind. You control what you do with the thoughts. So if the fearful negative thoughts are really bothering you, then that would be a great time to remind yourself that that's just an opportunity to another reality. It's not the reality you're in. So you don't have to be afraid of that thought. You're always welcome to tell yourself that your fearful thoughts don't manifest because You're choosing a version of yourself that doesn't have to worry about thoughts anymore. You're the version of yourself that finds it easy to manifest. You're the version of yourself that finds it easy to enter into any state that you want to be in. You know, you can tell yourself anything. You can choose any version of yourself, and there's infinite. So, the thoughts coming in, you don't got to worry about them. Let them float right on by. You don't have to panic, affirm against them, unless that feels good. But you don't have to be afraid if what thoughts are coming in. I'm telling you. It's the thoughts that you're marinating in. It's the thoughts that when they do come in, you are coming at them with a fear energy, meaning the fighting it. This is why I don't suggest flipping thoughts, because they're just going to keep pummeling you. Just saying. And you're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to get exhausted. The more you lean into the knowing that you don't have to be afraid of thoughts. You don't. And I believe it was Tom who said that, oh man, maybe I'm getting that mixed up. Maybe I'm getting that mixed up. Tom says something cool about triggers. It's triggers I was thinking of. That if you're getting triggered by something in reality or triggered by thoughts, that's your most powerful moment, right? Because you're choosing what version of yourself you are. So that trigger is like your free red alert saying, hey, do you really want this? Is this really the thought you want to believe? This is your powerful moment to say, no, that's not who I am. Thank you very much. Not my reality. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to panic over. Right? We don't, again, I know I've already said this, but we don't manifest every single individual thought. Okay? Now, as far as how to let go and forgive of the old version of SP. Whatever SP did to hurt your feelings, like I said earlier, try to take a look at that perspective of understanding why you experience what you experience. Not from a place of, like I said, blaming and shaming yourself for what manifested. No. It's just looking at it as, hey, does it make sense though? Does it make sense that that particular thing, whatever it is that SP did, does it make sense that it manifested? Was I believing, I'm making something up here, so I'm just going to use the not good enough belief. Was I believing that I wasn't good enough for SP? Was I constantly thinking that SP was going to, hurt my feelings or, we'll say, have a third party or break up with me? Was I afraid of that? Did I often think that, they would end up seeing another beautiful woman and choose her over me? Does that make sense? It will make sense. You will probably remember sitting in thoughts, okay, that weren't favorable. And now you're more aware. Now you know that I don't have to sit in those thoughts. I don't have to believe them. I can let this go. I can forgive him because it wasn't a conscious choice on his end. He was doing his job as the actor that he is. Now, yeah, he's still a human being. I'm not saying that he's a robot, but he can only reflect. He can only reflect, right? You're choosing which version of him he is by your beliefs, by your state. So if you remember where your state was in the past, did it make sense that it manifested? Can I see that it was only reflection? It's not his true nature. It's not any SP's true nature. Everyone's true nature is unconditional love. That's who we really are. That's what it means as pure, unadulterated consciousness. The absolute God, universe, whatever you believe in. It's pure love. That's everyone's true form. True form. Shapeless. Formless. Love. So, when thoughts come in, if they're upsetting you, that's a time to remember. Remember who you're choosing to be. You're not choosing an old reality. You're not even the same version of yourself that you were then when that manifested. Thoughts are just thoughts. That's all they are. Let them float right on by. Like I said, if it does feel better to say an affirmation when a thought comes in or to remind yourself diligently, I am new self, not my reality. I don't choose that reality. And I'm the only one that gets to choose what reality I'm in. I don't choose that one. Bye, bitch. Bye, Felicia. Right? Don't overthink it. You can't beat yourself up for thoughts that pop in on their own. We don't control the thoughts that come in. We control what we do with them. Okay? Limitless Queen Betch, thank you very much. When your SP gets on camera, I want to hear how he felt when you were manifesting him. Yeah, I would love that. That would be a perfect video to record. I'm down for it. So manifest with me. Manifest with me that he is okay with it. He's getting better. He's getting better. He allowed, right? I think you were here the live stream day. He popped in for a sec. And he approved of the little footage of him in the other channel. So he's getting there. I'm getting him there. I'm manifesting it. And that would be a good video. And to be honest, just last weekend, I was talking to him about I wanted to record a video that specifically included him. And he was like, no. I'm like, but they've already seen you. They know of your existence. They know you're living. They know you're alive. They know you live here. I don't know what you're bashful for. He's bashful over. He's like, oh, no, I just look like hell when I get out of work. I don't want to, whatever. No, you don't. No one cares. That's what I told him. Nobody cares. So I'm not surprised that you're thinking that, because that's a reflection of me, right? From my perspective, you're in my reality. And just before I forget to, Limitless Queen Batch, I want you to know, I do not care that the link thing. It will make sense to you when I talk to you alone about it. It had nothing to do specifically with your link, just so you know. Because clearly I would have said something to begin with if it was, right? Okay. But still, I don't want to make you feel bad because it's not bad. Ruby B, thank you very much. Went on vacation with hubby for a week, and right now he's in our room sleeping with our 4 cats, just like I imagined last year, and he is calling me babe again. Hello, everyone. I know I go crazy over the Ruby B, but Ruby B is the perfect example of someone manifesting an SP who, while in the early days of it, was discouraged, was doubting, was in total fear that she wasn't going to get hubby back. Okay? And there is the live video proof of it. There are multiple live streams. And this is not us teasing Ruby about doubting. That's not at all what that is. I'm saying Ruby B is our most wonderful example of manifestation, because Ruby did come to live streams, did ask questions, and sometimes you could tell Ruby was really upset. She doubted and feared, had shitty days, just like I've shared about my own journey. And she manifested her SP. It's a classic example of why you don't have to be perfect to manifest. You don't have to be perfect. It's never about perfection. It's about tipping the scales in the direction of you choosing to be the version of yourself that has what you want, right? Well, Neville worded it something like, it's not the frequency. No. It's not how long you hold a state. It's the frequency of you returning to it that matters. And she's a great example of it. I mean, myself included, just saying. But she is. And I love that you still come back to the live streams, Ruby, and interact with us, because it's so encouraging to other people manifesting their specific person. So I meant what I've said. I've said it a lot of times. I'm putting that pressure on you. I would love to do a little Zoom meeting where we record it and we can put it up on the channel for a success story. Still open anytime. Anytime we can do this, because it's very encouraging. I'm very happy for you. Leo, member for 5 months. Thank you very much. Thinking of manifesting a celebrity SP instead of SP1. But I sometimes think I have to take action for that to happen. Also, I don't know if I still want SP1. That's why I thought I would experiment with someone different. P.S. Manifested puppy moves in soon. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm excited. I want to see the puppy. All right. So as far as the celebrity SP, you feel like you have to take action. Well, it's kind of like this. You don't have to take action in order to manifest. Action in 3D. I mean, obviously we take action in our mind, right? But you don't have to do anything in the 3D. I'm interested to know what you mean by that. What is the action that's coming to your mind? You don't have to do anything. You're probably thinking that, I'm assuming, because it's a celebrity. So your mind is probably going to the place of, this celebrity SP doesn't know who I am. So I feel like I have to take action. So, like I've said, I believe countless times, that you can do what you want, but do it from new self. And by do what you want, I don't mean go be an asshole to someone. I'm just saying in general. If you want to take action in 3D, do it from new self. That's what I'm saying. So but be real with yourself. Be authentic. Am I doing this out of fear because I'm afraid A, B, and C? Or am I doing it because I just want to do it? I just feel like saying something. I feel like saying hi. If it doesn't get responded to, I'm fine. I'm still new self. That's what I mean. To get the best outcome in 3D. That's my advice. But it's not because you have to do it. Circumstances feel more difficult, although I know they don't matter. See, exactly. And that's what I mean. That's from conditioning. That's from the conditioning that we see celebrities as separate, more important, bigger pedestal, and that we're just regular common folk. And none of that is true. They are just like us. They are basic bitches. I love that phrase, basic bitch. I'm not saying you're a basic bitch. I call myself a basic bitch. But they're no different. It just feels like it is because of conditioning. So it will be helpful to you to remind yourself that a celebrity SP is no different than any other SP. We only feel like they are because of that word, celebrity. They're not. And circumstances can unfold to connect you to, just like it happens for any other manifestation. Just saying. But it's not a necessity. And you don't know if you still want SP1. I'm curious as to know what you mean by that. Is it because you're really questioning, like, I don't know if I'm in love with this person. I don't know if I was ever in love. I'm not sure why I wanted them. Blah. Sometimes that happens on this journey. Some people change their damn mind. There is nothing wrong with changing your mind. It's so long as we're doing it from really the new self. Because if we're changing our mind because we're frustrated, because maybe there hasn't been movement or something, okay, you still need to decide you are new self, right? Because no matter if we move on to a different SP or not, we still have to address the who we are, right? But there's never anything wrong with changing your mind. Oh man, Limitless Queen Batch. I think next time we'll go from the laptop where I can limit it. I can limit the chat. If there's a way to do it from my phone, I don't know how to do it. I pushed all the buttons. I don't see any option. Because I would. Let's see. Summer. Whoops. Damn it. It updated on me. Hold on. Summer, member for 16 months. I got into the state and had a BBL call me out of the blue, reflecting to me that he's here for me and cares about me and that I'm a good person. Almost instant. Still disappointed about egg retrieval outcome and people telling me to do it again. Ugh. Okay. So first of all, hello to the BBL. Hello. See how that reflected? See? It's working. As far as the people in your reality telling you to do the egg retrieval again, how does that make you feel? If it's upsetting you because you don't feel like doing it again, you don't want to do it, you want to just go natural, whatever, then they're just reflecting fear. If it's not upsetting you, it's an irritation, well, is there a part of you that wants to try it again? And you don't have to. You don't have to. But the only reason why I'm asking is because we want to get the reason behind it. What's the reason behind the trigger? What's the fear? So we can decide we don't have it anymore. Oh, I'm glad I can't see them. They're telling me it's going to be hard for me to have a baby, and some people... Wait a minute, what? They're telling me it's going to be hard for me to have a baby, and some people go through multiple rounds. Okay, yeah, that's 3D limited bullshit. 3D limited bullshit coming from limited muggles who are attached to everything in 3D. You are not that person. You're not limited by anything in 3D. That's okay. So that's the reflection of fear. It's your fear. And, you know, there's a really good chance that someone that you're talking about this with, if they're not open-minded to manifestation like you are, there's a really good chance they're going to reflect a fear back to you. So throw out what they're telling you. You really want to, when you're interacting with muggles, you're going to get muggle responses. See what I mean? It's not because it's a truth. Oh, my Lord. I'm sorry. I just saw the Elon Musk one. And Renee, Kim, repetition using self-made affirmation tapes during day and night puts me in knowing state. Question is, how to return when I fall out and my tapes aren't available? I mean, outside of making the decision to be your new self? Start thinking about, so this is entertaining, getting into the imagination and entertaining the thoughts of what your life would be like if you had everything you're manifesting. What do you think life would feel like? What do you think your day-to-day life would be? Make your imagination work for you. Get into that. Ask the what ifs. What if you had it all right now? What would you do? What would you be doing? What do you think a day in your life would be like? You'll shift your state. You can't help but feel a little differently when you start talking about life as if you had everything right now. Everything you wanted right now. What would you be doing? John M., thank you very much. How to manifest a trip to Japan without paying. Did Neville pay? I don't think Neville paid for Barbados, did he? Imagine yourself in Japan. Affirm to yourself how much you love living or vacationing in Japan. You love how you got there for free. I think Neville's Barbados trip was free, wasn't it? Like I thought his brother or somebody bought him the ticket. If you're a visualizer, visualize it. Yep, he didn't pay. See? So, Abdullah slammed the door in Neville's face. You are in Barbados. So here's my virtual door slam. You are in Japan. You are there. Oh, man. Is it Kiana or Shiana? I think it's Kiana. Thank you very much. Member for 8 months. SPX is back in my life. Movement for sure. Congratulations. But for 3 weeks, barely any contact. It seems like he's still online dating, feeling sad and not sure what to do. Okay, we need to detach. We need to detach. We need to decide that it doesn't matter what's happening in 3D at this moment. It doesn't matter. You are your new self. You are your new self. Don't try to figure out why it's been quieter. Don't. I hope you are not going on social media or checking dating sites. We don't want to do any of that 3D shit. You want to return to your decision to be new self, and you are making a decision right now on this live stream that you are not allowing the 3D to tell you who you are. So it doesn't matter. Let's make it. Let's make the decision. Every single one of us, let's make the decision right now. 3D does not tell us who we are. We tell it. It doesn't matter what circumstances or conditions are happening in 3D. Whatever is happening is completely a part of the unfolding of you getting what you want, because it is. You're living your unfolding right now as we're speaking. Period. All the things you listed in your comment is someone who's letting the 3D tell her who she is. You tell it. You are your new self. You are the version of yourself that's in the most loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with SP. He's not an ex. We don't got to call him that anymore. Okay? You can call him that to the muggles, but to us, he's not an ex. He's your SP. He's your person. I still in the habit of calling my boyfriend SP. There has been times where he and I have been out chit-chatting, and I've referred to him as SP, and I've had to correct myself while I'm out talking with muggles. I'm just saying, it's a habit. He's SP. He's not X. Nothing matters. I know it doesn't feel good when it feels like they're pulling back a little or they're acting different. They are reflecting. They are reflecting your state. So the first time in the last 3 weeks, the first time you noticed it feels like I'm not hearing from him the same, or it feels like he's going cold, boom, there you are. You know what state you're in. If you're perceiving reality, if you're perceiving that SP is showing up cold, like hot and cold, distant, it's resonating with a belief. It's resonating with one of your limiting beliefs. So we need to return to our decision that we are new self. We are the version of self in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with your person. That's who you are. Right? How you perceive reality is telling you who you are. You need to be telling reality who you are. And this is another example of when I say you've got to give yourself the permission that it's okay that you're having a down day. You're still new self. You have to give yourself that permission, just like I had to, so that you don't fear every time you're questioning things or worrying about things, and then you panic because you were questioning things and worrying about things. No, everything's still okay. You are your new self. Reality doesn't control you. You control it. So, excuse me, poop. She did not care. Just so you know, she did not care, did you? Pretty girl. Poop. Jay Sa says hello. Do you want to say hi? Do you want to come over here and say hi? You want to come here? She's like, I don't know. I don't feel like getting up. She said hi. Lisa, message retracted. Message retracted. Oh no. You're welcome. Is it Kiana? Kiana? Shiana? Was anywhere near it? Prats. I think we all do. We all want Poop's attitude. I don't give a fuck. That's what we want to think about 3D. I don't care. I don't care. I'm still going to get what I want. I don't care. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to stress over. I'm new self. Doesn't matter. Well, I'm happy to see you, Nancy. Welcome. Can we get some damn likes? All 267 of us in here. Limitless Queen Batch. She's always got my back. Thank you. Thank you. Amber, thank you very much. Can you talk a little about celeb SPs? I don't know how to get over the fact that my celeb SPs type are models, which I'm very far from. Been getting lots of BBLs though, because he's been seen 1 hour from me, New York City. Love it. First of all, what do you mean you're very far from model? What does that mean? Huh? Are models more beautiful than you? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you comparing yourself? You need to start deciding that you are beautiful inside and out right now. Sexy, whatever words you like. You are already enough. That thinking, he's into models. I'm nowhere near that. Who said? You're saying that? No, that's your not good enough belief talking. You are beautiful now. Right now, inside and out. Okay? 100%. We do not concern ourselves with muggle thinking, muggle opinions. We do not care. So, probably the reason why you feel like you're having a hard time getting over the fact of what you probably read or heard him say that he's interested in that kind of a person, it's because your not good enough belief is resonating. So it's fear. So you need to decide that you are more than enough. You are the perfect person for him or her. Was it a him? I don't know. You didn't say. So he or her. Okay? You're perfect. You are the god of your reality. Or the head bitch in charge, HBIC, of your reality. Okay? There's no one above you in your own damn reality. It's a level playing ground. All of us have the same ability to manifest whatever we want. So when we're wanting to manifest someone we love or someone we're interested in, you are not trying to convince that person to be interested in you. You are not trying to prove that you are enough for the person you're manifesting. That is thinking small. That is thinking limited. You are choosing from the infinite the version of your person that sees you as the most perfect, ideal human. You're choosing the version of them that already chooses you. Don't let the logical, literal thinking scare you out of remembering that. Because I'm sure the logical side of you just said something like, SP doesn't even know me. He's a celebrity. He doesn't even know I exist. So how am I the perfect person for him? You're thinking small. You're thinking logical. You're thinking literal. That's our old muggle conditioning talking. You are more than enough, and you need to start claiming that for yourself, so that will be the reflection you get back from 3D reality. Okay? So it doesn't matter that SP has verbalized somewhere that he's into models. Okay? You are his idea of a beautiful model. Period. You're picking the version of him that already sees you as perfection. You see what I mean? Don't think small. Don't think literal, logical. I've told you a million times, guys. Logic is not our friend. Don't try to apply logic to manifestation. Logic is only allowed when we are benefiting from it. From there, it can fuck off. And opinions from muggles mean nothing here. They don't. Because they're closed-minded and still asleep still. So they're boring as hell. Okay? You are awake. You are awake to knowing you are infinite. That's why you can manifest anything you want. Because of that. You have to be the one to remember it. Okay? Let's see. Lisa, again, thank you. Sorry you had to buy 2 super chats, though. Kim, I'm in need of a zhuzh. Haven't heard from SP in 2 weeks, and I'm hugely aware I haven't been identifying as my higher self, feeling so bleh. Okay. Lisa is a great example of why we have to decide that it doesn't matter that we've had some down days. It doesn't matter if we don't believe that we're new self. We don't feel like new self right now in this moment. It's okay. You're choosing new self anyway. You're choosing the reality you want to be in anyway. Remember, our bodies respond out of habit until we have broken the habit. So if you are feeling blah because of what you're aware of, then choose from the infinite, the version of you who allows herself to have a shitty day and still know she's in the reality where she wants to be. There are infinite. Think of it as every possible answer to every question or choice that you make, every possible combination, there's a version of you for every single thing. Are you going to dinner to Texas Roadhouse? I need another chain restaurant here. Or are you going to dinner to Olive Garden? Well, let's say you chose Olive Garden. There's a reality where you chose Texas Roadhouse. See what I'm saying? Both realities exist. What you're inhabiting is a moment-to-moment decision. So what matters is the present moment. Your moment-by-moment decision. The present moment. I mean, not all those other moments. What matters right now is the choice you're making now. So choose the one to be in the reality where it's perfectly okay if you've had a shitty day, if you thought shitty thoughts, if you feel like you're doubting and not believing, but you're still in the reality you want to be in. That version of you exists. Go there. Choose it. As far as SP, being quiet, we don't have to like when we don't hear from them. We don't have to pretend to like it. We don't have to be, or pretend to be okay with it. We just have to remember that fact, the being quiet for 2 weeks, is still not going to ruin your manifestation. It's not going to take the manifestation away from you. It doesn't mean the manifesting's going backwards or SP's changing his mind. Nope. The only thing that matters is who you believe you are. So we don't have to like things in the 3D. We just have to remember that we don't let it tell us who we are. So we don't care. We don't have to like that. It was probably a reflection of who you were being at the time. The moment you noticed was the moment you were in that state. And maybe you hung out there. So now return to your decision, despite how you feel. Okay? Franny L, member for 14 months. I'm so excited to be here. You're amazing, Kim. Love you and how you're... That just scared the shit out of me. Am I crazy? I know I just heard something. Oh. First of all, my SP's home. My boyfriend's home. And he is obviously watering our little flower garden. That was the water thing being turned on. Okay. I'm gonna go. See, this is exactly why I said I'm gonna have to go when SP comes home, because she goes balls to the walls. That is gonna turn to crying in a few minutes, because she's gonna want him to be in the house with her. Who? It's Daddy. Hey, it's Daddy. It's Daddy. It's Daddy. It's Daddy. It's gonna mix with crying. So I'm gonna let you go. Franny L, I'm excited that you're here. And thank you for the wonderful, nice comment. That was very nice. To all of you, as usual, a video will go up at some point answering super chats. So don't feel like you wasted your money, because you didn't. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Do you hear the tails wagging? He's inside. He's in the house. Did you turn the hose on?
Shut it off.
Oh, you shut. Oh, the hose was on?
Yeah, it was leaking at the foot.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I love you all. I'll see you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Hot Cedars. I'll see you in the morning. Okay? See you at 9 a.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. Have a lovely evening. Choose new self. Please. Hold on. Let me make sure.